The combat training arena of the Galactic Defense Academy hummed with the usual pre-class energy. Cadets from 17 different species milled about, their chitinous exoskeletons, crystalline bodies, and gaseous forms creating a kaleidoscope of biological diversity. In the corner, Maya stood alone, methodically wrapping her long black hair into a tight bun. She was human, a Deathworlder. The term still made her smile, though not kindly. To the rest of the galaxy, humans were nightmares wrapped in flesh. They came from a planet that actively tried to kill them, a gravity well that crushed bones, an atmosphere rich with corrosive oxygen, predators that hunted in packs, and weather patterns that could vaporize entire cities. Somehow, impossibly, humans had not only survived but thrived. "Attention, cadets!" Commander Zerel's voice boomed through the arena. The Valkyrian's 4 eyes surveyed the assembled students with military precision. "Today we begin close-quarters combat training. You will be paired randomly. Remember, this is controlled sparring. Injury protocols are in effect." Maya finished securing her hair and pulled on her training gloves. Around her, cadets whispered nervously. Everyone knew the statistics. In 3 standard months at the academy, Maya had sent 12 cadets to the medical bay, not through malice, simply through existing. The pairing algorithm flashed on the holographic display. Maya's name appeared next to William Chen, another human from the Earth delegation. She relaxed slightly. At least she wouldn't have to hold back. But then a hand shot up. "Commander, I request a pairing change." The arena fell silent. Maya turned to see Kreth, a Xanthian soldier from one of the Midrim's most decorated military families. He stood nearly 8 feet tall, his crimson carapace gleaming under the arena lights. 3 of his 4 arms crossed confidently over his chest. "Explain, Cadet Kreth," Commander Zerel said, her voice flat. "With respect, Commander, pairing 2 humans defeats the training purpose. How can we learn to fight alongside Deathworlders if they only train with each other?" Kreth's mandibles clicked with what Maya had learned to recognize as condescension. "I volunteer to spar with the human female." Maya met William's eyes across the arena. He raised an eyebrow, a silent question. She shook her head slightly. "Let this play out." Commander Zerel's crystalline fingers tapped against her data pad. The pairing algorithm considers physiological compatibility. Humans possess significantly higher bone density, muscle strength, and pain tolerance than. "I am aware of the differences, Commander," Kreth interrupted, his confidence unshaken. "My people have fought on high-gravity worlds. I've trained in 1.3G environments. Besides, we're all soldiers here. If I can't handle a sparring match with a human half my size, I don't deserve to be at this academy." The other cadets murmured agreement. Maya felt their eyes on her, calculating, judging, waiting to see the Deathworlder brought down a notch. Commander Zerel looked at Maya. "Cadet Maya." "I have no objection, Commander," Maya said quietly, "though I recommend full safety protocols." "Unnecessary," Kreth said quickly. "Standard protocols are sufficient." A flicker of something, concern, foreknowledge, crossed the commander's face, but she nodded. "Very well, Cadet Maya and Cadet Kreth to the center ring. All other cadets observe." The 2 stepped into the combat circle. Around them, the arena's safety field hummed to life, designed to prevent lethal force, though it couldn't prevent all injury. Maya rolled her shoulders, feeling the familiar weight of Earth's 1G pull that had forged every fiber of her being. Kreth towered over her, his 4 arms flexing. "No hard feelings, human, but someone needs to prove you Deathworlders aren't invincible." "We're not," Maya replied simply. "We're just hard to kill." "Begin," Commander Zerel's voice cracked like a whip. Kreth moved fast, faster than Maya expected. His species had evolved on a low-gravity moon, giving them impressive speed despite their size. 2 of his arms feinted left while his primary arm struck right, a classic Xanthian pincer maneuver. Maya swayed back, the strikes missing by millimeters. She didn't counter, not yet. Kreth pressed his advantage, his confidence growing with each attack Maya dodged. The other cadets watched, some nodding appreciatively at Kreth's technique. He was good, his form was textbook, his strikes precise. But he was also getting frustrated. "Stand still, human," Kreth snarled, launching a combination that would have overwhelmed most opponents. Maya blocked, deflected, evaded. Her movements were economical, efficient. She was reading him now, his patterns, his tells, the slight overextension in his third arm that telegraphed his power strikes. Then Kreth made his mistake. In a flash of desperation and anger, he abandoned technique. One of his hands shot out, not in a strike, but a grab. His fingers tangled in Maya's hair, the strands that had escaped her bun during the fight. For a frozen instant, the arena held its breath. Then physics asserted itself. Kreth yanked hard, expecting to jerk Maya's head back, to control her movement. What he got instead was the reality of Deathworld biology. Maya's neck muscles, designed to support a skull in 1G for hours at a time, reinforced by millennia of evolution under crushing gravity, didn't budge. Her spine, dense and flexible, absorbed the force like a coiled spring. But Kreth's hand, evolved on a moon with 0.3G, couldn't handle the resistance. The sound was distinctive, a wet crack that every predator on Earth would recognize, the sound of bone breaking. Kreth screamed, a high-pitched keen that his species used to signal injury. He released Maya's hair instantly, stumbling backward. His hand hung at an impossible angle, 3 of his fingers bent backward, the delicate bones shattered. The safety field blazed red. Medical drones swarmed into the ring. Maya stood motionless, breathing calmly. She hadn't thrown a single strike. "I didn't move," she said clearly for the record and the watching cadets. "He grabbed my hair. I held position." Commander Zrel was already beside Kreth, scanning his injury with professional efficiency. Compound fractures in the metacarpals and phalanges. Tendon damage. "Cadet Kreth, you will report to Medical Bay Sigma immediately." As the drones guided the whimpering Kreth away, William jogged over to Maya. "You okay?" "Fine," Maya said, retying her hair. He barely pulled. William shook his head in amazement. To him, that wasn't barely. Commander Zrel addressed the stunned arena. "Let this be a lesson to all of you. Humans evolved on a world that never stopped trying to kill them. Their biology reflects this. Bone density 3 times galactic average. Muscle fiber tensile strength that exceeds military-grade synthetic cables. Pain tolerance that borders on the absurd." She fixed her gaze on each cadet in turn. Cadet Kreth learned an important lesson today. Never grab a Deathworlder's hair. It's anchored to a skull, designed to survive high-velocity impacts. One of the Velcarian cadets raised a tentacle nervously. "Commander, what would have happened if he'd grabbed harder?" Maya answered before the commander could. "My neck would have been fine. His entire arm would have dislocated at the shoulder." "Silence." "I tried to warn him," Maya added quietly. "We're not invincible. We're just built to survive what would kill most of you. There's a difference." William grinned. "Though to be fair, you could have gone easy on him." "I literally did nothing," Maya pointed out. "Exactly." Commander Zrel's mandibles clicked in what Maya had learned was Velcarian amusement. "Cadet William Chen, Cadet Maya, you two will spar next. Show the class how Deathworlders actually fight each other." As the 2 humans stepped into the ring, Maya caught William's eye. 80%. 70, William countered. "I'd like to walk tomorrow." "Deal." They moved through forms that would have hospitalized any other species in the arena, strikes that cracked the air, grapples that tested the safety field's limits, falls that would have shattered alien bones. To Maya and William, it was Tuesday. When they finished, breathing hard but uninjured, the other cadets looked at them with new understanding. Not fear, soldiers didn't deal in fear, but respect edged with caution. As they filed out of the arena, one of the Quellan cadets approached Maya hesitantly. "I apologize for earlier. We didn't understand." Maya smiled, genuinely this time. "That's okay. We're all here to learn, just maybe don't grab a human's hair in combat or anywhere really." "Noted," the Quellan said fervently. Later in the human quarters, William brought up the Academy message boards on his tablet. "You're trending again. They're calling you the statue." Maya groaned. "I hate these nicknames." "Better than Kreth's new one." "Which is?" "The Handbreaker's lesson," William grinned. "He's probably going to recover fine, by the way. Medical says 3 weeks. "Good," Maya meant it. She pulled her hair free, the long strands falling past her shoulders. Each one was rooted in a follicle designed to survive wind, rain, and the occasional predator. On Earth, it was just hair. Here, apparently, it was a weapon. She thought about Commander Zerel's words, Deathworlder. The term that had once felt like an insult now carried a different weight. They were from a world that fought them every day, and they'd become strong enough to fight back. Not invincible, never that, but hard to kill. And sometimes that was enough. Outside the window, stars wheeled in the galactic void, thousands of worlds, each with their own challenges, their own dangerous life. Somewhere out there, the real threats waited, the ones that made Academy training look like a children's game. Maya smiled. Let them come. Earth had prepared her well. After all, she'd survived having gravity itself as a personal trainer for 22 years. Everything else was just details.